through some interesting posts, like some titles that spark my interest. The first one that I have queued up is, "Am I the asshole for not tipping after overhearing what my waitress said about me?" So, I, a 30-year-old female, was at a restaurant last night with my mother. She was meeting my boyfriend's mom for the first time. We're punctual people, so we got there about 30 minutes before our reservation. We got seated with no issues. It took the waitress 20 minutes to get to our table, even though the restaurant was pretty empty. Right away, I could tell that she didn't want to wait on us. She didn't greet us with a hello. She just asked what we wanted to drink. We told her, and I noticed that she didn't write her order down. It took another 15 minutes for our drinks to get to our table, and they were wrong. It's hard to mess up a ginger ale and a vodka soda, but she did. My mom pointed out that she didn't order a Pepsi, and the waitress rolled her eyes, took my mother's glass, and disappeared. I excused myself to use the washroom shortly after. I had no idea where I was going, so I went to the entrance to ask one of the hostesses there. While I was walking up to the server area, I overheard my waitress talking to some other hostesses. She was pissed that she had to wait on a black table because they never tip well. Okay, that's messed up. My mother and I were the only black people in the restaurant. She wasn't even whispering when she said it either. I wasn't stunned, but her lack of effort started to make sense. I interrupted their conversation and I asked where the bathroom was. I didn't let on that I had heard what they were talking about. When I got out of the bathroom, my boyfriend and his mom were already seated. My boyfriend and his mom are white. When my waitress saw the rest of our party, she did a 180. Her service was stellar. She took notes, told jokes, and our water glasses were always filled. She didn't make another mistake. Because the night went so well, I decided to treat everyone and pay the check. So she gave me the machine and I smiled at her while I keyed in 0% for a tip. She didn't notice until after the receipt had been printed out. By that time, all of us had already started to leave. She tapped me on the shoulder and asked if I had made a mistake on the bill. I told her I didn't think so and looked at the receipt. She asked if there was a problem with her service, and I said her service was fantastic, but since I was a black woman, I don't tip well. Her face went white, and she kind of laughed nervously, and I laughed as well. I walked out after that, but my boyfriend's mom asked what had happened. I told her what I had overheard, and my boyfriend's mom said that I should have tipped her anyway because it shows character. She seemed pissed at me after that. My boyfriend and my mom are both on my side, but I'm wondering if I should have just thrown in a $2 tip. Yeah, honestly, I don't think in her position and I would have tipped at all. But I think I might have confronted her about it because, yeah, that's messed up. The top comment is saying not the asshole with 7.6k likes. I worked as a server for 6 years and I would absolutely not expect a tip for behavior like this to the customers. She probably does not make much in tips, and in this industry this isn't for her. It's so inappropriate to ask people why they didn't tip you. This is so embarrassing. When I look further into the post, it seems like other people agree with her not being the asshole as well. Lemau says, not the asshole. I definitely wouldn't have tipped after that. Even the waitress knew it was bad when she asked why, and you told her the reason. No way should someone tip after that. Okay, that's quite a serious story to start off with. Let's see what else we get. Alright, let's see. AITAH for saying no, my girlfriend's tradition. 46,000 votes, let's see. I, male, 30 years old, lost my younger brother when I was 22. He had cancer and fought very hard. Ever since, I've been donating blood on the anniversary of his death every year. I I take the day off from work, visit his grave, donate blood, and then come home, relax, and watch his favorite movie. I know it's a simple, personal tradition, but it means a lot to me. My girlfriend of 9 months, Anna, female, 31, asked if I could meet her and her mom. I have met her many times before, and it wasn't to meet the parents for the first time situation. For lunch yesterday, I told her no and explained again about what I do on my brother's death anniversary. She got upset and said, well, it's my tradition to have lunch with my mom every time she's in town, and she really wanted to see you. You can do your stupid blood donation tradition any day. That's some aggressive wording. I hope this is maybe exaggerated, but I'm afraid it's not. I explained to her that it's not just about the blood donation. Later in the evening, while I was resting and watching my brother's favorite movie, she texted me again asking me to join them. I reiterated that I really didn't want to and would hang out with her mom next time. She replied that I had embarrassed her in front of her mom with my selfishness and laziness. Since then, she's been distant. Do I owe her an apology? Am I the a-hole? So afterwards there was an update. I texted her that we needed to talk. She never replied. Just blocked me from everywhere. Social media, WhatsApp. Her best friend who was following me on Instagram blocked me too. I'm not sad. I wanted to end it anyways. Thank you for your support, everyone. I really appreciate your kind comments. Some users suggested that my brother remembrance tradition saved me from getting serious with her and lifetime of misery, and it made me smile. Thank you again. One of the top comments is saying, stupid blood donation tradition. After that comment, I hope she's soon your ex-girlfriend. That is unbelievably upsetting. You haven't asked her to join you, just to leave you in peace to honor your brother, not the a-hole, and I'm sorry for your loss. Another top comment says she owes you an apology for being disrespectful of her loss and how you honor your brother, not the asshole. Also, top AD7154 says, not the asshole. She's insensitive and you'd be a fool to stay with her. Yeah, I can't say that I disagree with this sentiment. Alright, let's look for the next story. Let's see. Nope, that's a bit too serious. Oh boy. Am I the a-hole for telling a plus-size woman that I love being skinny? I dread going to my childhood friend's birthday party every year. We moved apart a decade ago, and even though I always care deeply about her, we are very different people now, and our friend group reflects this. She has one friend, let's call her Amanda, who, without fail, has to comment on my weight every single time she sees me. You're so skinny. Do you even eat? Does your boyfriend care that you don't have curves? Your legs are like sticks. For the record, I eat plenty. I just have a fast metabolism, which keeps me super thin. I keep a strong face when Amanda says these things to me, but truthfully, she's touching on my worst insecurities, and it makes me dread going to these parties every year. I was considering not going this year until I talked to my mom about it. My mom had what I thought was a great idea on how to deal with Amanda. She suggested I pretend she's giving me a compliment. My mom told me if Amanda says you're so skinny, just smile and say thanks, I love being skinny, and if she looks disappointed at your response, you'll have proven she was trying to insult you. I thought this was great advice. However, something I had failed to mention to my mom was that Amanda was overweight. I didn't realize this meant I was entering potential a-hole territory. Anyway, the dreaded birthday party day comes, and of course, no surprise, Amanda immediately looks at my arms and comments how tiny they are. I ignore the comment. Then later on the day, we were staying in a group together, and she was eyeing me up and down. She chuckled to herself and says, God, you're so skinny. And I thought, okay, here it is. Here's my moment. I turned to her, smiled and said, thanks, I love being skinny. And then, and I am completely serious here, she slaps me in the face. I was in complete shock, just staring back at her, mouth hanging open with my hand on my cheek. Everyone was silent. She suddenly bursts into tears and runs out of the room. Two of her friends chase her. Only one other girl and my childhood friend asked if I was okay, but everyone else was just shooting me dirty looks. I promptly left the party, which sucked because I had a 2-hour commute and I had planned to sleep over. The next day I was texting with my childhood friend about it. She basically thinks that even though Amanda shouldn't have slapped me, that I was insensitive for saying I love being skinny to a plus-size person. I argued that Amanda has been consistently insensitive to me every party, and I didn't comment on her body, only my own. She told me that it's different because being skinny is socially acceptable, and that Amanda wouldn't usually do something like this, but I triggered her with my insult. My mom thinks I am in the right, but this was all her idea, so of course she does, lol. So, am I the a-hole for what I said to Amanda? Yeah, I don't think she's the a-hole. Of course, everyone can feel comfortable in their own body, but if someone else keeps commenting on your body over and over and over again, yeah, it starts to become very annoying, and I would become self-conscious about it as well. Hello, the top comments from Shammy Dammy. Hello, please, I'd like to report a battery. On which, who is that robot cleaner replies, literally, that would have been my first move before leaving, and I'd scream my ass off at her until the cops came. She set a precedence that it's okay to talk about other people's bodies, and then OP didn't even bring up her body but her own. She's a self-hating fat person. As a fat person, she can go fuck herself. A reply to that from Abs of Grin Lutely. Seriously, overweight person here. It's never okay to comment on someone's appearance unless you are paying them a compliment. Full stop. Don't we all have better things to talk about anyway? She sucks. Alright. Pretty Bleep says, not the asshole. Next time shit down a bully with this. I know I'm skinny. It's not a secret. Why do you feel the need to constantly comment on my size? Yeah, I think that's a good approach, but still, I don't think she's the a-hole for approaching it differently. Alright. Next one, and probably the last one, is am I the a-hole for selling my Taylor Swift tickets after my girlfriend cheated? A few months back, I, a 27-year-old male, won some money on stake and decided to surprise my girlfriend, a 25-year-old female, with Taylor Swift tickets for her Vancouver show. She's been a massive Swiftie since forever, and I knew this would mean the world to her. I spent around $800 for 2 really good seats. Last week, I discovered she'd been secretly meeting up with her work friend for months. I found out because she accidentally left her Instagram DMs open on my laptop. She'd been using it to print something, and I saw weeks of flirty messages and plans to meet up. When I confronted her, she tried to deny it at first, but eventually admitted they'd kissed several times and had been having an emotional affair. I was devastated. These tickets were meant to be a special experience for us, and I couldn't stomach the thought of her taking her after this betrayal. Rather than let them go to waste, I decided to sell them. Given how insane the Taylor Swift ticket market is right now, I managed to sell them for $2,400, triple what I paid. When she found out I sold the tickets, she completely lost it. She's been blowing up my phone, calling me petty and cruel, saying I ruined her dream, and that the tickets were a gift, so they belong to her. Her friends are also messaging me saying I'm an awful person for using the tickets to hurt her. I feel like I have every right to sell tickets that I bought with my own money, especially after what she did. But she makes me feel like I took things too far. Am I the a-hole? Okay, I personally find this one quite hilarious. In my opinion, he's definitely not the a-hole. The person who's cheating is almost always the a-hole. Top comment from Good Norwal 420. Not the asshole, laughing my ass off. Ruined her dream. Then other top comment. Not the asshole. It wasn't an emotional affair if they were kissing. It was an actual affair. If you still took her to a concert after she had an affair with someone else, that would be weird. You should move on and let her have her new relationship out in the open and let that person buy her Swift tickets. To which Envy Nautilus replied, should have offered to sell them to her new boyfriend for $3,200 each. Alright, I guess that's a funny one to end on because it feels like a bit of karmic justice as well. I hope you guys, if anyone even ever sees this video, have enjoyed this. If you want me to make an ASMR video about anything else, it doesn't have to be Reddit. Definitely let me know in the comments. And I hope this helped you fall asleep or relax or anything in that